I have some breaking news coming out this morning out of the NBA. Who better to break this down with us than Shams Charania, who is here. Shams, what do you have for us and some major news coming out of the league?
Sources tell me that Detroit Pistons superstar Cade Cunningham has been diagnosed with a mild collapsed lung, and he's expected to miss an extended period of time. The Pistons are not quite sure exactly how long. Could it be a period of weeks? Obviously, the playoffs are about a month away. There is some optimism that he's going to be back for the playoffs, but this is a situation now, an injury that he's going to be fighting, rehabbing. The Pistons, their doctors, their medical staff, they're all going to work together to get more information in the next few days as far as treatment and potential recovery here. I
mean, this is massive news for the top seed out of the East. You're talking about a player that averages just under 26 points a game. I mean, this is big.
MVP caliber player. He's having a heck of a year, man. This is bad news. Unless he comes back within a week, if this is longer than a week span of rehab, this season's pretty much over.
It's going to be at least. I mean, it's going to be at least a period of weeks.
Yeah.
So a period of weeks. If I'm doing the math, we got about a month until the postseason starts.
Yeah, if that.
If they can hang on to the top overall seed, they play the bottom seed, waiting for the play-in game to play-in tournament to go to get the other team in. But so now you're talking about a number one seed without their best player. You said it's going to be a matter of weeks. Let's say best case scenario, end of first round, early second?
That's still not enough time, man.
I think, yeah, what the Pistons are hoping in a best case scenario here is that Cade Cunningham is going to be able to come back for the playoffs, right? And whether that's a little bit into the playoffs, the start of the playoffs, you know, the thing is with this is there's just some uncertainty, right? As far as next steps, treatment, how does that look like? And I think the good news here is that it is a mild version of this, but it is something that will be keeping him out a period of weeks.
And Danny, we talk about this all the time. Next man up, role players.
Yeah.
We were just talking about with the Lakers earlier. LeBron's age, you got to have the guys around him step up. Same question for the Pistons. Now, again, they're the number one seed out east. Cade's the star. Who are the others?
They have some good others, but they have nobody to recreate what he does all the ball handling. He does all the playmaking. They're going to be very much at a loss here. And even if he does come back, to play an NBA game and have the lungs to do so in the playoffs, he's not going to be the same version of himself when he does come back. So ultimately, if they end up playing a Charlotte Hornets in the first round, I see them going home. Like, Cade does too much for this group. They can't, listen, with Jalen Duren, they have some other guys, but they have nobody else to play make. Maybe you have Karol Savert, you have Dennis Jenkins there. You have some good guys that can play. But nobody is, and that's their biggest issue. They don't have enough shooting, don't have enough another playmaker. So if they don't have that playmaker or second playmaker, I don't see them keeping the top seed. And even if they do, I see them, if he gets back in the first round, that's going to be a struggle to get out of.
We'll have much more on this. It's huge breaking news. Shams just broke within the last minute. Cade Cunningham, Pistons star, expected to miss a few weeks with a collapsed lung. Again, the severity of it, you have to wait and see as we approach the end of the regular season. Louisville star Michael Brown Jr. will miss this afternoon's game against South Florida after his future availability is unclear. Due to a back injury, the school said that Brown would remain out for a potential second-round game, but Coach Pat Kelsey would not comment on Brown's status beyond today. Brown himself said it was, quote, possible he could play over the weekend. I mean, Harry, I'd ask you your thoughts, but it's pretty.
Harry, you got to up that NIL contribution.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, the Harry Douglas money could go a long way to get him into the tournament.
Fellas, this is devastating news for me, being a lovely alum of the University of Louisville. When you have a guy like Michael Brown Jr., who's their point guard, who's going to be a lottery pick, who initiates everything that they do offensively, it kind of messes up the offense in a lot of different ways. Coach, you talked about this yesterday on our radio show, Freddie and Harry. Like, we don't have a traditional big that you can just get the basketball to down low and just go down and score baskets. So when you're missing your best player who initiates everything, it forces guys that you would love to be off the ball to shoot and make threes. That's going to be missing today versus South Florida, a very athletic team who can turn you over. The most important thing I feel like in NCAA tournament is guard play. Right? And you have to protect the basketball. So Isaac McNeely, we know he's not the best dribbling the basketball, but he can put it up. You have to hit your threes. You got to limit your turnovers if you want a chance today of beating South Florida. Old Conference USA matchup.
Sounds like a coach right now, but you're 100% on the money. Adrian Woolley, obviously Kobe Rogers have to play well. Michael Brown was their shot creator. Michael Brown, with him on the floor, they scored 9 more points a game They shoot a better percentage from the 3. They shoot a higher percentage from the 2. They get out in transition. All those numbers you see on that screen. He makes the game easier for everyone else. You take him out. Now, all of a sudden, Ryan Conwell, who's an elite shot maker, they have no one to get and create and get him an open shot. They don't have no one who can facilitate and basically initiate their fast break. You take Michael Brown off of this team, and everyone's role on the team changes, and not for a good way. They're not a team that you can throw the ball into the post. They got to score on the perimeter, but they don't have any shot creators.
Joe, this is a trendy upset, too, with South Florida upstart team out of the American. So now that this is out with Michael, where are you leaning on this one?
I like Harry, but I like money more, so we're definitely going to take South Florida here. This is a popular play out west. Come on, you like money too.
No, just talk. Go ahead.
You like money too. All right, this one opened 6.5.
Yep.
Got bet down to 5.5. The injury comes in. Now we're down to 4.5. Two teams heading in opposite directions. Louisville loses 4 of 8 on their way in. Here comes South Florida. They've won 11 straight. As you know, very good basketball
We're
team.
not friends anymore.
Problem for Louisville outside of the injury, 3-point variance. They shoot the 4th most threes of anybody in the entire country. When those aren't falling, the offense collapses. South Florida's got a top 40 defense. We like South Florida plus the points, upset special.
And the guy who creates those 3-point shots is Michael Brown.
Yeah.
He's their shot creator.
It's all right.
No,
You always have Louisville.
No, it's funny. You think guys are your friends. You guys aren't my real
Have a
friends.
good radio show, by the way.
Falcons just
you're
signed
killing
Tua.
it.
Look, you guys just got more talk time with Harry out. Go ahead.
Isaiah Nelson, the best player on the court is going to be Isaiah Nelson for South Florida. I mean, he's 6'10", he runs the floor, they get to the offensive glass. South Florida's the real deal. They play really hard, they offensive rebound, they play fast, they shoot the 3. And Isaiah Nelson at 6'10" is a problem.
Are you calling for the
I'm
upset?
calling for I picked him already.
Attaboy,
You want to see my
coach.
bracket?
Sorry, I didn't see you. I didn't
Attaboy.
study your bracket, so you're calling for
I
it.
called it before the injury.
Okay, so before you thought
I believe in the say, put up your bowls. I worked there for 7 years. Put up your bowls. They're the real deal. They really are. They're
See,
athletic,
Coach,
long, play
especially
hard.
you. See, that's why my brother
Harry.
Tony Douglas at Florida State
Isaiah
got the best
Nelson.
of you in Virginia Tech.
I got to tell you something. Isaiah Nelson, that boy, bam!
Listen, if you leave the set, you no longer are allowed to speak. That's the rule. The set is your speaking pulpit. All right, best bets for opening round. What do you like?
Let's start with another dog. We'll take High Point plus the 10.5 over Wisconsin. Wisconsin was hot to close out the season. Might be a little overvalued coming into this game as a result. This is another high variance team. 3rd in the country in 3-point attempts per game. Again, if those aren't falling, that's going to be problematic for the Badgers. High Point, top 65 in 3-point defense. Another thing to like about High Point, they don't turn the ball over and they force a lot of turnovers. Wisconsin plays clean, but that's going to be big in a game where you're catching 10.5 points. Now, elsewhere, matchup between VCU and North Carolina, I would look to VCU here. They're the dog, plus 2.5. The Caleb Martin injury looms large. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 58% from the field, gone from the lineup. Here comes VCU, winners of 16 of their last 17. Balanced attack on offense and defense. They're top 60 in both categories. And here's the thing, when you have a spread of 2.5, if we're projecting a tight game, you're going to need to make your free throws. And UNC is one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the country. So we're going to be looking at VCU here.
Set.
You went at Louisville.
Forgot Danny
and
Green
you
was
went at
sitting
Danny
over there.
Green at
Disrespect
UNC.
over here.
If you don't like the ACC, just say so, Joe.
I think it's been made abundantly clear.
Danny Green's sitting back there, but here's the deal. Danny Green knows, look, if Vasar's got to dominate this game and Seth Tribble's got to play well, if those two guys don't dominate, VCU wins this game. They go 9 deep. They're going to wear them out. They extend their defense as a guard, a freshman guard on VCU, Neek Lewis. The dude can absolutely flat ball.
I'd be legitimately worried about Danny Green, not Harry, but Danny. So you've taken out 2 alma maters. I'd say take out mine, but I went to Arizona State. We don't make the tournament.
These are 2 individuals who are very savvy when it comes to finances. They understand we're trying to give money to the people.
right, yeah.
I would pick against your team, but like you said, they're not.
Carolina could use Danny Green. They need a perimeter defender to guard
Danny
away.
Green knocked down some
Here
free
he
throws.
said he didn't have any
No.
more.
In college, he didn't knock down threes. In the NBA, he learned how to shoot the ball.
Yeah.